Okay, little announcement. I found this fellowship opportunity. This is by Game for Change, organization called Game for Change. So I just emailed you this, or you can check this in announcement. This one will give you this flyer. And this is Learn to Code Games Fellowship. Deadline is October 16th. You have to use Unity. You have to apply as a team of 2 people. And if you get selected, you'll get like a $4,000 and you will be given 8 weeks to complete your game. So I didn't read everything, but I'm assuming that you will apply with GDD, Game Design Document, and then you will be judged on the potential of the game. And then once you get accepted, you get that $4,000 and some support to help you complete the game. And you have to submit your finish the game by after 8 weeks. And so if you're interested, you can definitely try this. And then we usually talk about GDD later in the semester. Like I think if you go to like lesson 1-3, I have some information about pitching your game idea, presenting your game, and where's the game design document thing? Working in team environment. Okay, here, lesson 5-3 actually. And then here I have like few examples of GDD. So, I mean, usually we talk about just this GDD in like week number 11 or 12. But I do have these materials. So if you like to check it out, you can check lesson 5-3, game design doc and pitching your idea. Okay. And then I have some like information of what you have to include in your game design document. And then I also have all these examples. Okay. And these are my student example, and these are from like a real industry. Okay. So you can definitely take a look at that if you are interested. And this types of fellowship, I strongly recommend you to at least try. And obviously, it would be hard to get selected, but why not? I'm sure it will be kind of good learning opportunity for you to articulate about your game ideas and write a GDD. And again, you have to be a pair. Okay? You have to apply this with as a 2 people. Yeah? But if you're interested, read that and apply for it. And if you need some like extra help, I'll be more than happy to meet with you to review your GDD or review your application. Okay. All right. And Stefan Falco just came in. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Who just walked in? Oh, sorry about that. You are. What's your name? Connor Cook. Okay. All right. So we're continuing to work on breakout. We might have shorter class today because we can finish it probably in 30-40 minutes. And after that, you can start working on your game in class or out of class. Or if you have any question, you can stay and ask me any questions. And before we start, as usual, if you go to class recordings and file created or use it in class demo, this one, okay, October 3rd start file. This is actually like a end result from 2 days ago. Okay? So you can use this one if you don't have anything. Okay? All right. So this is what we have. I implemented bricks and then level 1 and level 2 and 3. Okay, so let's again like kind of take a look at what we have for now. Oh, I suck. All right. Oh, okay, got it. Oh. Okay, now level 2. Okay. And score 4. I don't remember I did level 3 yet, but let's see. Okay, just 2 more. 1 more. Yes, actually I have level 3. So now as you can see, I have level 2 and 3. And then actually there's no level 4 or ending. So once I destroy that, my score will be 18 forever, and then there's no more bricks. Okay? So maybe for this assignment to finish the breakout, you have to think about, oh, after 5 levels or 3 levels, you will have this ending, okay, scene that said, yeah, you win or something. Yeah. All right. That being said, let's try to think about how we can finish this game and then polish it. So I'm going to go back to Blackboard, and probably we stopped somewhere somewhere here. Okay. Okay. So we actually go through instantiate prefab and all this thing. Okay. And then actually placing a prefab to the right spot, that might be something we have to think about, because if you realize that brick 1, when you go to level 3, level 2, I had a bricks right over here. Okay, so obviously you probably want to think where is the right place to display or to place that bricks. Okay. So one thing I'm going to do, so here at this point, whenever I instantiate this, I put it 0, 0, 0. Okay, so there are many different ways to do this. Okay. One thing I know is, oh, if I place my level 2 using 0, 0, 0, it will appear right over here. Okay. So again, there are many different ways to do this, but one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to look at my level 2. Okay. So level 2 itself, okay, is positions x -6, y 0, and z -0.873. So first thing I'm going to do, I'll try to see what's going to happen if I change this to 0, 0, and 0. Okay. And then play. So previously, I had my bricks on the right side, was still same place. Okay. So that is no good. Okay. So another thing you can do, you can actually put your level 2 right over here to see the position like transform. So basically, what's really happening here is, okay, I'll delete this for now. We use this 0, 0, 0 coordinate. Okay. So basically, we are going to put this one 0, 0, and 0 right over here like this. So this is where we are going to place this level 2. Okay. So to fix this, if you want to put this one at the center, there are many different ways. Again, number one, I'll look at this level 2 and then change its position like maybe this way. Okay. And then look at this number, -4 and -0.1. Okay. So now one thing I can do is I can use that number. Okay. Prefab level 2, -4, like 0.05. If it has that decimal point, you have to put F at the end. Okay. And then -0.13 F. Okay. And I'm going to save it. And this one, I don't need it for now, so I'll delete it. So now, play it. So now, as you can see, it appears at the center. Okay? That's one way to do. Or sometimes, some people don't want to use that odd number. So I'll stick with 0. I'll stick with 0, 0, 0. Okay. I'll stick with 0, 0, 0 and save. Now, I will actually change this one instead. So this one, I'll put it as 0, 0, 0. Okay. And now actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to go inside of this level 2 prefab and change them. Well, actually, this one is a little bit more tricky because now I have to do kind of separately. Like one, let's say I'm going to put it here. 2, put it here. 3. So you can actually go inside of your prefab and make changes. Okay. Then you don't have to worry about coordinates for your prefab. Okay. Now, once you make that change, you can drag this one back to level 2, update it. So now, what just happened was this level 2 is updated. Okay. And I'll delete this. Because this level 2 is updated, now you will see your bricks appears differently. Level 3, you can do the same thing. Oh, level 3, I made one mistake. Okay. While I was doing the dragging, I drag the whole thing. Okay. Well, in that case, I'll just delete this, and then I'm going to create new one. Okay. Because this one has I need like 9 of them. Okay. Okay, so now I changed my level 2 and 3. So, oops. This one, I don't need it anymore. And play. Ooh. But you see, like now my bricks are changed. And same thing for level 3. Okay. All right. Then now let's try to think about a few more things. Okay, placing a prefab to the right spot. Okay, create level 2. Using toggle switch or Boolean logic is pretty much the same as the stage number. But sometimes instead of stage number, you can use Boolean logic. So it will be something like bool stage 2, okay, false at the beginning. And once, so this one, just watch the video, okay? And I don't want to confuse you right now. So probably I'll talk about it later. Okay? But basically same thing using different, doing the same thing different way. Okay? And simple sound effect, brick destroying sound. Okay, you should be able to do that. But again, same thing. Like if you remember, you need to use play one shot. Okay. Play one shot unity, and sometimes again, if you keep doing this, you'll be able to memorize it, but maybe not. Okay. So there's nothing wrong with not being able to memorize every single code, and we usually work with Google anyway, so you can actually Google it and open this reference code and work on it. And last time I used it Audacity, maybe this time I will use BFXR. I'll just make one sound and then review how to add that sound. Or there is sound effects HTML generator. This one, SF Maker. Yeah. This one is same as BFXR. It's a sound generator using like the oscillating. Why I cannot go? What? No internet. What happened? Okay, somehow I don't have any internet. Why? So SF Maker is same as BFXR, and pretty much the same. And you'll be able to do it online though. Okay. What happened to Mason Secure? Okay, well I cannot do this now, but weird. Anyways, I'll wait a little bit and then kind of I want you to kind of play with that as well. But anyways, this will be pretty much the same as BFXR, but online version. Okay. I somehow don't get it. Actually, okay. I want to actually show you this before we move on. Okay. So here, SF Maker, this one. Actually, pretty much the same thing. SFXR, this one pretty much the same as BFXR. Actually, this is not what I wanted to find. Okay, well, never mind. I thought that was it, but anyways, here, this one give you some other options. Yeah, this one, SF Maker. So same thing, exactly same thing. This one using the same logic, the oscillating sound. So there is explosion. Okay. And you can change this attribute a little bit. Okay. Vibrato frequencies. So you can like make up some sound. If you just click this preset, it will randomize within the limited preset. And then it will like save that particular the sound effect. Okay. So I'm going to use that one and then save wave. Then now you have this sound wave file. Then you can put that in here. Okay. So this is sound file that I have. So this one creates wave file. You can still import wave file into your Unity. Okay. So now, if you remember how to do this, okay, brick 1 to 3. I'm going to do it really quick. Add component. I need like audio source. Okay. So audio. Where is it? Okay. Audio source. Okay. And then, so now you see this audio source got attached to my game object. So you will see this speaker icon. Okay. Now I'm going to actually use this destroy on contact clip. Okay. Whenever it gets hit, okay, maybe I'm going to make explosion sound here first and then see how it works. Okay. And we're going to use play one shot. So again, a lot of times you get to learn how to use existing code. So here, if you remember, I'll just copy these two lines and put it on the top. Okay. And then now I need actually voice start to initialize my audio source. So copy this paste it. And now, whenever we need to make sound, I need to put this line into it. So I'm going to copy this and paste it here. And then now I'm going to save it. One more thing I have to do, okay, here. Okay. Here now, I'm going to see this impact sound clip, audio clip. So I'm going to put my audio clip right over here. And now, whenever this brick gets hit, so you have that sound. So now one thing you have to understand is my sound actually got shortened. So if you remember, I put this guy, okay, but in game world, I don't have like this shortened sound. Can anyone tell me why? Yes, Stefan?
Is it time of the delay?
Close. Yes,
The
Matt.
object is being destroyed before it finishes the sound.
Yes, because we use it. Okay, here's what's happening here. We actually destroy this game object after 0.1 second. So what's happening here is my sound bite is probably 0.3 seconds long, but it gets destroyed after 0.1 second. So after it gets destroyed, there's no more sound. Okay? So if you want to kind of play with it, you have to think about this one. If I do now like 0.3 seconds, you'll have more sound. So you have like a little longer sound, right? So if you're a sound designer or sound personnel for game, you have to think about that. Like sometimes you are going to embed the sound bite to your game object, and sometimes that game object would not like stay there forever. Okay? And then you can do the same thing for level 2. Okay. Level 2 here. And you can add the sound here, then it will basically work. And another thing I want to talk about is this one. Self-destroyer option. Okay. So now, let's play this game. Not perfect, but it has level 1 now, level 2. Level 2, if you remember, we didn't put the sound yet, so I don't have sound. But once you drag that audio clip into your bricks in level 2, it will make sound. So now, okay, I have a little issue now. Okay, if you look at level 2 clone here, okay, I don't have any more bricks. Okay, I have any more bricks. I don't have any more bricks, but I still have that level 2 game object. Okay, so because this is a casual game, it wouldn't take that much like memory or CPU power, so you can leave it there, quite honestly. But if you want to create more complicated one, let's say in your game, let's say you will have like 1,000 game object, actually more than 1,000 game object, and sometimes you want to make sure, oh, this one I probably don't want to have this guy. Okay. So there are many ways to get rid of this. Okay. And one way to do it is in the level 2. Okay. I have this guy level 2 here. I'm going to have little script. Okay. New script level 2 destroyer or destroy level 2. Okay. And then here, what I'm going to do, I have this void update. Okay. So I'll constantly check my score. Game manager dot player score. Okay. If my player score get to be 9. Okay. So if game manager dot player score equal to 9, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to destroy, okay, this game object. Okay. So this is a level 2 destroyer. Okay. So now what's happening now is, I'll save this. Okay. And once you clear level 2, so under hierarchy window, I have level 2 clone gets created. Did I put 2 equal sign? Okay. Oh, too slow. Oops. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, I have two signs. Apparently, I'm not talented doing this breakout game. Oh. Okay, one thing I want you to see is my hierarchy window. Okay, because we are using instantiate, okay, there is level 2 clone right now. Okay. And before, when level 3 gets instantiated, I had that level 2 clone just hanging there, right? But now, because of the self-destroyer option, the level 2 clones got destroyed. Okay, so we're going to actually talk about this in catch game. Okay, so right now there's only just one game object instantiated, so it doesn't take that much of CPU power. So I mean, technically, you don't have to use that self-destroyer code, but it might be better for you to make this habit. If we don't need that game object, maybe just destroy it. Okay, we don't need it. Another way to do it is, I mean, I'm not going to talk about that now, but I usually say like there are many different ways to do the same thing. So here, quite honestly, better code would be, there's way to look at how many child game object exist in that game object. So if you look at the level 2, in level 2 prefab, there are 6 children game object. Okay? And I can say, oh, count how many children game objects are there. If that's same as 0, you destroy your parent. Okay? Or so there are many different ways to do this, but for now, one thing you can think about is you can add this destroy level 2 script right over here in prefab, and then if score gets to be 9, meaning you cleared level 2, so you destroy that the parent game object or prefab. Okay, and one more thing here. is changing background image. Okay. Let's say we have some background image. Okay. Okay, breakout. So I'm going to have some sort of images breakout. Maybe I should get breakout background. Okay. I'm going to get this one and this one. I mean, they're not really related, but okay. I have these two images. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the same logic. Okay. So here in the sprite, I'll put these two images. Okay. And then I'm going to put this one right over here. Okay. Maybe a little bit bigger. Okay. So now, because we already know how to use instantiate, okay, so maybe I'll just use this one as my prefab. Okay. So this one, so again, what I just did, okay. I have this image here. I'll put it right over here. Okay, make it a little bit bigger. Okay, and then I'm going to make it as prefab. So I'm going to drag it to my SS folder, and this one now is a prefab. Okay. Name is a little too long, so maybe one thing I should have done was change its name. So you can select, double click, okay, or actually if you want to change your prefab name, you should have changed it at the beginning. So I'll delete this. Okay. Now this one. Okay. Oops. Okay. And then change its name to background BG1. Okay. And then put it like this. So now I have BG1, okay, and then I'm going to have BG2, okay. So this one I don't need it anymore because I'm going to instantiate it, okay. And I'm going to have this one, okay. But one thing you have to make sure though, okay, now I realize this one actually placed on the top of my bricks and stuff. So I have to make sure go to sprite renderer and order in layer. Okay, should it be some smaller number or negative number? Okay. So -10. Okay. And then this one, same thing. I'm going to make it as BG2 and make it as prefab. And now I don't need this anymore because I'm going to use instantiate code to bring that in. Okay. So now I'm going to go to HUD, open game manager. Okay. So I have to have two more, okay, of transform. Okay. So this one will be BG1 and BG2. Oops. Okay. And then whenever we start the game, okay, I probably want to do this, BG1. Okay. And now, if you play this, oops. I think I didn't save it. Oh, I did. Okay. Oh, the reason why it didn't work is I didn't put BG1. I didn't drag my prefab over there. So asset sprite. So BG1 and BG2. Okay. So now play. You'll have that background. And then now I realize the same issue. Okay. So BG1, I want to make sure this ordered in layer is negative 10. So now, as you can see, I have that background image. Okay. So in the same way, I'm going to do that. Okay. Okay, here, whenever we instantiate second level, now BG2. But here, one thing you have to make sure, okay, I'll save all. And for the BG1, okay, for the BG1, I can have something like new script, destroy BG1. Okay. And update it if game manager dot player score equal to 3. Okay. Destroy, destroy this game object. Okay, now it's pretty much done. I'll save all and play. So first background. So now, as you can see, now I have second background. Okay. So now you know how to create different levels with different shapes or different types of bricks. You know how to change the background, and then you can create simple breakout game with multiple levels. And one more thing I would say, let's say this, I want you to kind of figure this out by yourself. Okay. So when we go to level 2 and level 3, okay, you probably want to have little pause, or at least you want to move your ball to the center. Okay, something like that. So try to figure that out. The answer is actually right over here. You can reset ball, okay, and then it will go to ball movement script, and using this reset ball, okay. Or you can actually create another one, something like next level, but I think it's pretty much the same, right? Reposition to the center and then move it again. Okay, so you can still use the reset ball. And here, if you even want to make more complicated, if you want to have like a 0.5 second delay, you can have here like before you move it again, you can actually have like an invoke. Oops. Invoke go ball point 0.3 seconds. Then before we move, we push the ball, there's going to be like 0.3 second delay. And other thing in Game Manager, you definitely want to have, so this one is game over, okay? So here, if instead of actually display simple text, you can actually create prefab for ending, like losing message. You can display that you lost, something like that. In the same way, if you reach some like a level 4, if your player score is like 16 or 17, in this case actually 18, then you can stop the game and display you won like a message. Okay? So that's something you can do, and in this way you can create fairly simple game without that much coding, but you can create different levels, okay, and different game mechanics for each level. And if you want, actually you can even put like different the background music. And here, if you want to put background music, you can put like HUD here, because this guy will stay here forever. You can put some sort of sound as a background music. And when you do that, you can simply put audio source and basically put any audio clip or background music right over here. You drag it and it will work. And then if you want to create different background music for each level, okay, one thing you can do is this one then should be level 1 prefab. Okay. And then in level 2 prefab, you can have like audio source here. Okay. And then put some sort of music here. Okay. Actually, I want to show you that. I have some music that I made. Okay. So this one, let's say. So this is sound, right? The music, maybe 30 seconds or 1 minute. I'm going to put this in the audio source here. I put this one in level 2 prefab. Okay. So now there's no background music at this point. But when level 2 comes up, there's sound. So now level 3 is supposed to come up, but actually what's happening here is I think I don't have level 3. That's why. Anyway, so because that background music is attached to that prefab, okay. Once level 2 is cleared, that music will be gone. So if you have like three different levels, and you can have 3 different music attached to each prefab, that means you can play different background music for each level. Any question? Okay, now you are free to work on your breakout game. And if you have a question, just let me know. And if you have any question, like while working on your game, outside of class, if you cannot figure that out, email me. Okay. Again, I usually review students' code and then make the short tutorial. to how to fix it. So email me if you have any questions. All right. Anything else? Any question for breakout game? All right, then now it's your studio time. And then usually if you work better outside of classroom or somewhere else, you're free to go. All right. I'll see you guys next week.